use Doogle and Questmate to create like an awesome employee onboarding or team member onboarding quest. Let's do it. So I already went to Doogle.app and I'm greeted by the Doogle AI. I'm just saying continue. What do you want to get done today? Let's say I want to onboard a new employee. Let's continue. We can put in our email address so we receive updates either for like Doogle itself or maybe even related to our inquiry, depending on what that was. So let's just say submit here. And what's going to happen now is Doogle is trying to figure out what the best app is, or what the best thing would be to sign up like a new employee or onboard like a new employee. And in this case, it will decide pretty likely that creating a quest in Questmate will be the best thing to do. Questmate you can think of as like a little form/workflow tool, which you can just put in like a couple of steps as part of a process, and you can collect data, you can have like checkables and so on. And it just helps you to, either collect information or like run through like a particular task. All right, so this might take a bit. We didn't really specify much on what we want to collect. So like, needs to get a little bit more creative. If we would have just told it what information we want to collect, then it would already be done by now. But in this case, hey, we just said like we want to onboard like an employee. So it's getting creative, and it's also creating a template now within Questmate based on what we asked for. As I said, you could also have said explicitly what you want to collect as part of like the quest, and then would be much quicker. But in this case, we need to be like a little bit more patient. But it shouldn't take much more than like another 10 to 15 seconds, and then we should have our quest. And then I will show you how to use this quest successfully. Because it's helping us now creating this quest, but right now we're still working on getting the AI into the product as well in Questmate. But hey, here we go. So welcome to Pengu Hub. Awesome. All right. So this is an employee onboarding quest. All the quests that we generate or Doogle generates using the AI always has this disclaimer right now to make sure that people still apply like common sense whenever they use these templates. But you can obviously remove this before you use this template. And let's see what's involved here. So it added like a field to collect the full name, an email address. It actually made this like an email field. So it verifies also then that, hey, a valid email address has been entered. It used the date picker component to collect the birthday. It has some documents. The onboarded employee needs to tick off that they received them and read through them, and these are also linked. And it's asking right now here for the signed employee contract to be uploaded if you haven't received that yet. Then obviously bank details. And some additional questions. And again, you can decide also which ones you want to keep or which you think like which things are like helpful and which data you should collect. But it has like a couple of examples here added, and you can just obviously customize this as well, right? So this looks pretty great. It also asks for like a signature here, so that people say, okay, we read the privacy policy in terms of employment and everything. So this is kind of neat. Let's just say use template. And let's just clone this. And what's happening now is that this template is actually being used to create a quest inside our workspace. So right now for demo purposes, I just have my personal workspace, but I could also just create like a new workspace if I want to group things by team or function within my company. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so now we have this template cloned, and because we cloned it, we can also now edit it. So for instance, we can go in and say like, okay, we want to remove this disclaimer. This has been noted. We can like change any of these fields. So we can change the type. We can obviously change the title. We add a little bit more guidance. We can link the guidance, right? So for instance, we could say our office is at 341 George Street. And then we could also even link it via Google Maps, and then when people would click it, it would automatically open Google Maps, and so on. Pretty standard stuff. All right, so this looks pretty nice. I would just like, for the purpose of this demo, keep it as is. And let's just save this. So how do we actually use this now? So instead of having this like run on a schedule, which doesn't really make sense, or having this like as a public quest, which we showed like in another demo, in this case, we likely just want to kick off a quest manually, or like an employee onboarding process. So all we need to do is actually say like start new run. And then we have like employee onboarding, and then we can say like, I don't know, let's say Susan, and we want to onboard Susan. So this is just a name for us for the quest run, so that we actually know which person is being onboarded here. All right, let's just create this run. And now this has been already created, so we can see, okay, there's this form based on the template, and all that we need to do is we just need to go in and say Susan, let's say at Questmate, doesn't really exist, but doesn't really matter for this demo, and press enter, or just press save here. It will automatically save, and that's it. Now a notification has been sent to Susan at questmate.com, and they will get a notification. They will click the link, and then if they're not logged in yet, not authenticated, we will send them a code to log in. And yeah, they don't need to worry about like creating an account. You don't need to worry about that. It's all happening automatically. And as soon as they filled out the onboarding quest, you will get a notification, and you will also be able to see this quest under the completed quest. Then right now it's still open because it hasn't filled out yet. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, drop us an email at hello@questmate.com. And yeah, otherwise stay tuned for more example videos. Have a good one. Bye.